So hello everyone, I am Faded from the channel you are watching right now. You can click off the video if you want. I am just gonna rant. So what I'm today going to rant is about the meaning of life. Yeah, deep topic, I know. Well, depends whether you find it deep or useless or whatever. Well, so that's what I'm going to rant about today. If you like, you can click off, as I said before. So, anyway, let's begin. So, what I think the meaning of life is that you all depend on something, like whether it be food, oxygen, water, everyone depends on these things basically. And not every human being, everything in existence relies on another thing. Let's say a non living object, let's say it's iron, the metal, yeah. So the iron will depend on its quality. Yeah, or what the heck. You can say that it relies on many things like humidity. If if it's kept in humid weather and in contact with water, like, both are the same thing anyway. So it's gonna rust. Like anything, you can take anything in the existence and it relies on something. So you all need to rely on something. There's nothing in existence that doesn't rely on anything else. You might think you don't rely, but you do. This is one meaning of life. Another meaning is that you create yourself. Like there is there are many meanings of life, but there are, there can be many that you create yourself. Like one person's aim in life is to love, one person's aim in life is money and something else. You create what you want. You create your own path, you create your own destiny, you create your own fate. There's many things like to take in consideration. Many people live in their lives in pessimism, many live in optimism, which I do. I'm the king of optimism, as you know. Or you don't know. You knew after watching this video. Anyway, so you can be pessimistic, you can be optimistic, you can be realistic, but it all depends on you. No one can change your perspective of view, only you can. They can try to do it by doing some things, but in the end, the one changing your view would be alone you. That's all I have to say. Well, let's take in consideration that not all lives are treated the same. You have to deal with your problems in your own way. Well, that's all for me. So, sayonara.
Hey guys, it's Sad here. Yeah. So, meaning of life. Ooh. Yeah, recording. Yeah. So, a bit of context as to why I wanted to make this video. Like, I know people aren't gonna watch it, but hey, I guess that's fine. It's not entertaining, it's just two idiots ranting. But I guess the reason why I wanted to make this video was like a message to my future self, a greeting of hope. So I could look back on this and, cringe, because that would be the best thing that could happen. And I guess perhaps that's what I'm scared of the most, is that I look back and it's the same thing, except I'm younger. That, or I die. Either way, I should probably get a video. Uh-huh. As most people that will watch this will probably know, I am sad. I'm almost 17, a wannabe scientist, a poet, a quote-unquote philosopher, And the list goes on. My philosophy in life is a bit like most people. As much as I am a dumb 16-year-old, one thing I'm possibly really good at is reading books. Whether it be philosophy, it be fiction, or biographies, and from the reading of these so-called intellectual literature, I've realized people's attempt at self-importance is so inflated that they choose to discard those that they consider unintellectual. And I am by no means an intellectual, but 4 out of 5 times, if I were to get in a debate with one, I'd certainly win. Back to what I was saying. I believe the true essence of being human as a quality lies not in the kindness and possibly any other quality that may be considered positive or good. It lies on the much worse side. However subjective you wish to take the idea of being good or bad to be. Human beings are bad creatures, and at a barren, former layer of humanity, values are non-existent. They're instilled. And so the idea remains of what a person's values are. A bunch of rusted, string-woven letters sang by a bard called our elders. And what does it mean? What does it truly mean to discard those ideals? What does it mean to think logically and choose enlightenment over ignorance? Is it really all that self-righteous? Is it really all that good? People, they call me out, They call me wrong, they call me a bitch for not picking sides, and then all I see in that spectrum they're a part of is that pure chaos. A fight between two that consider themselves as the true savior of the human race. And then I see on the other hand those they support and those that are not with them. They're in their castle, sipping on tea made of tears and blood of those that are fighting. And I refuse to be a part of that. My philosophy in life, I guess, is to die. To be liberated from this idea that I ingrained within myself by choosing enlightenment. Nah, there's much more to that, but I don't think I'll go into that. My philosophy in life is to let yourself flow. To let go of any constrictions, to let go of any methodical pursuits, and just flow. Despite my words, I'm more of a scientist than an artist. I suppose I imagine ourselves being a single orb of white in a space of void, an incomplete sphere. A drawing made by a kid with crayons on a sunny day in kindergarten, and none of us, we never managed to fill that circle. Even adults, or well, anyone in general. The only way to fill that would be to perhaps not exist, and perhaps die trying to fill it. The end stays the same. I must say this, as perhaps one of the only values I have is to protect innocence. That refers to both chastity and, perhaps much more importantly, the idea of not being human, for humans are bad creatures. And so that ends my segment on it. Take what I said with a grain of salt. Your philosophy is your own, and I'm not the one you should go for advice. See you guys next time around. Ciao.